Now here we are with the winged sun disk of Ra. Now this is a verse taken from the Bible, Psalms 84, verse 11, and it says, "For the love of God is a sun and a shield." For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. Psalm 84, verse 11. Now, here it is. When we have it, then it's idolatry. When we have it, it's paganism. But when they speak it, it's holy. Now, the thing is, they stole a lot of what we just read right up off of the walls and temples of ancient Kemet, Nubia, and Ethiopia. Just like I put it right up under the sun disk, it lets you know it fits right with the architecture. It fits right with the symbolisms off of the walls, because that's where they stole it. That's why when you're dealing with the Bible, they can never show you any physical artifacts, because basically where they stole it from, if they give you images of what the verse is actually saying, it would be nothing but an imitation of what you've seen on the walls of ancient Egypt, Nubia, and Ethiopia. Now, as we move to the next slide, it speaks, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall." Malachi 4, verse 2. And you must look at this verse, because son is spelled with a capital S. With the capital S, meaning that it is a person. And righteousness will arise with healing in his wings. They stole it right up off the wall. You can't get no more clear than that. But when you got it, when the African got it, it's idolatry. It's paganism. It's heathenism. But when they speak it, it's holy. Now let's go on to what they call the Lion of Judah. Another plagiarized concept. Because tens of thousands of years before there was a Lion of Judah, there was a Lion of Kemet. That's just self-evident. Heru on the horizon. The lion is an animal indigenous to Africa. Understand that. That the lion is indigenous to Africa. It's an African animal. And it was deified thousands of years in the motherland before any Hebrew was known as the Lion of Judah. Now what you're seeing right here is I shot this at you, because this is not from the Hebrews. This is from the Museum of Anthropology in Mexico. Now what you're looking at is an elephant. The fact is there is no elephants in the Americas. This is a testimony of where their knowledge was coming from. You got a damn elephant in their religiosity, in their spiritual concept. How did it get there? There's no elephants in the Americas. It was brought there by the Africans. So when you look at a lot of how people use certain animals, it lets you know where they got their knowledge from. The Lion of Kemet Kush, Taraka, 25th dynasty, 690 to 664 BCE. The Lion of Kemet, Amenemhet III, 1842 to 1797 BCE. All the kings of Kemet and Kush took on the role of the lion because it was the most powerful of all the animals. And you even see Sekhmet, the lioness, who was the goddess of war. So they even have the feministic side of that principle of the lion. Again, the Lion of Kemet Kush, Taraka. And this is taken from Proverbs 19, verse 12. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is dew upon the grass. Let us move to circumcision and what they speak of in the Hebrew religion is that circumcision started with Abraham. And we know that to be a damn lie. Reading from Genesis 17, verse 10, it speaks, "This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised." Now right here is a relief from the tomb of Ankh-Mahor. And Ankh-Mahor lived during the time around 2400 BCE. And it shows the neophytes, the initiates, being circumcised before entering the priesthood. And as you look here, it didn't just start here. It had already was being practiced long before you see it on the wall. Now what we're seeing here is the Hebrew priest blowing the ram's horn sacred to Amun-Ra. Now you was in Egypt for 430 years. You was in there for 430 years. You seen the practices. You seen the deities. You seen the animals that was sacred to the deities. When we have it as African people, it's idolatry. It's paganism. It's heathenism. But you can take the same symbol and then it becomes holy. This shows our Sultan, Pharaoh Tutmosis III, with the ram horns representing Ra, clearly a part of his religious identification. We see this. You see also Khnum, which was a sacred deity of the Nile Valley, who was represented as a ram. When the African have it, idolatry. When the African has it, paganism, heathenism. But when the Hebrews, supposedly God's chosen people, when they take the same symbols up off of the walls, all of a sudden it becomes holy.
Is that we have never really been fully disconnected from that spirituality. When you study the pineal gland, when you study the highly developed melanocytes, then you understand our connection to the God, to the universe, and to the cosmos. And we understand that white people, not having that development of carbon, not having the highly developed pineal gland. Actually, they teach in Western medicine that the pineal gland has no function whatsoever, that it's just there, it has no purpose. Now we know God makes nothing that has no purpose. Certainly, we know that God makes nothing that has no purpose in this magnificent form called the human form, or the human body. Everything in this magnificent human form has an aim and a purpose. But the reason they say that the pineal gland has no function or purpose is because now as we study, we are finding out that a great percentage of white people, a high percentage, sometimes 75, sometimes 80, sometimes 85% or more, we are finding that the pineal gland is what is called in traditional medicine, has been studied by the greats among us as black people, that their pineal gland is what is called calcified. And so with a calcified pineal gland, then they don't have the connection in the cosmos. They don't have the root in the universe. They don't have the connection to the almighty, all-wise God and creator. And we find also that for every physical law, there's a mental and a spiritual counterpart. Everything in nature enjoys the sun, bathes in the sun, basks in the sun. The sun gives light, life, and energy to everything in the universe. Some flowers turn with the sun. Whichever direction the sun is in, you'll find the plant turning in that direction. Everything absorbs the rays of the sun, the life-giving rays of the sun. But the white man finds that the sun is an enemy to his and her existence. And so now they not only